Panel's gonna start in a few minutes. Gotta do some setup on the camera to keep it from moving. I have 2 more panels after this, and I have to go home.
What are your 2 panels?
Staff shuffle and then the charity auction.
Nice.
Hey, man. Hey, Ashley. 5 minutes in. I need to move that. Need to move something real quick. I don't want this to play faster. The most horrible thing yet. Make a fanfic with hummus. It'd be like, once in a planet down in a magic world out of nowhere, we have hummus.
No. Wake up. Wake up.
It's a Dorito.
It's a Dorito.
Wake up!
The Dorito Queen.
Wake up. We have a Mountain Dew King.
No. Wendy's coming. She left. No, she's not leaving. She ran away. No, she's not. Just wanna
She
find her.
abandoned us all.
Never abandoned anyone.
She will pay for it.
We need the chicken.
Why are you guys so awake? Yeah,
no.
secret. Like, seriously.
I
I'm
didn't even
so
sleep
awake
at
right
all
now.
last night, and I'm somehow awake right now.
Yeah, same.
Ooh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, I
No caffeine intake.
at first
I drank a whole cup of coffee.
I fell asleep and woke up at like 4:30 in the morning, and then I stayed up until like 6, and then I went back to sleep, and then it's basically.
I accidentally drank Guinness instead of coffee last year.
What?
It tastes the same. Like, I'm serious.
It tastes the same.
How can Guinness taste like coffee?
Well, if you have like
Answer that question.
nitro cold brew.
There.
She did it. Yeah, we were gonna come back here.
Okay.
We were gonna go on a hunt. I was gonna.
Scavenger
let
hunt.
people fly. We were gonna have a reward.
Wow. You're offering rewards for me?
She's wanting.
Okay.
We'll just project to you.
Just project, yeah. First lesson in voice acting. Alright, here we go. Hi everybody, welcome to the VA panel. My name is Brittany Ackerman. I am a primarily Rainbow Dash voice actress in the fandom. How are you guys doing today?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They're very awake. They're very awake.
Yeah,
I
they're way
don't
more awake than we
understand.
are.
What?
Hi, my name is Pinky Rose, and I do Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie. I do Let's Plays and I do songs. And sometimes I sleep, but not last night.
You're not alone.
Relatable.
Exactly.
Okay, hi, my name is Ashley H. I mainly do Book Horse, Twilight is my go-to. Also Sonata and a couple of others. And I do song covers, parodies, voice acting, and I produce an audio drama series called Remembrance.
I know, but I wanted to share. I wanted to be included.
Oh,
Yay.
oh, mark
Yay.
that.
Oh, here you go.
Oh, I forgot. Okay, so, equipment.
They don't need that.
Alright, so I use an AT2020 microphone, which is an XLR mic. It's basically like an entry-level studio quality, so I recommend.
Spicy.
It's very spicy.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Spicy.
Yeah, you have to say like Ansley Harry. You have to say like Ansley Harry. Spicy.
Spicy.
Spicy. Spicy. Know what?
Spicy Dorito.
Cool Ranch.
What?
They're both
Cool
okay. They're
ranch.
both acceptable.
Never do.
Yeah. What do you use?
So
I
when
just have
I'm
to think
trying
of
to
things to say.
work on that.
You have to think of things to say.
Yes. I use a Blue Spark. There's two versions of the Blue Spark. There's the USB and there's the XLR. I use the XLR, but before I had the shiny microphone, I used my phone. So just throw it out there. No one knew. It took them like 4 years to figure it out.
Small
Because-
budget.
Magic.
I started off on a blue snowball, very classic, very
Spicy?
very spicy. But I upgraded to a blue Spark as her, but she has the XLR, I have the USB, because my laptop can't handle the XLR.
Too much.
Yeah, we're like cousins. So I think it's the same, it's just different light. What, it doesn't work.
Oh.
I want to be included.
Did you try turning it on?
Yes, I tried turning it on.
It's working, right?
Turn it on.
It's fine. Yeah, I think that's it, right? Yeah, all right.
Actually, you want to open up the?
Oh, it's me.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's your turn.
Hello. Okay. So my topic of discussion is going to be vocal warm-ups and how to start recording. Because you hit record and you're like, oh no, oh no,
What do I do?
what do I do? Oh no.
What the hell do I do?
Oh no, it's a very common theme. I always mess up the very first line.
What do I do?
Yeah. Definitely for certain voices, you can do certain lines from the show, or you can do random lines that get you into it. Like mine is good afternoon, everybody. I'm Twilight Sparkle. I'm a book course. Book course, book course, book course. Just little things to get you into the voice. Nina does a great one for Apple Bloom, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's yours for Apple Bloom?
Mine is, it's pretty great.
My name is Honey Apple Bloom. I'm next Bear Queen.
Do you have a warm-up?
Yeah, well, I always just go, oh yeah, I'm Rainbow Dash.
Oh, yours is classic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yours is
That's
So that definitely helps. Also, I usually mess up the first line. Do you guys mess up the first line? Yeah? Yeah,
Yeah.
usually. I always do something and I'm like, wow, great first take. Awesome. Prime material. Good job. And then, lovely bloopers get left in. But I use certain phrases to get into character. Have fun with it, usually I'm not with anybody, so my roommates might question me a little bit, but it's fine. One time I recorded with the window open, which was great.
No.
I was singing a Karen tale and someone outside was like, good voice, and I was like, oh shit. Oh no. Oh no.
The secret's out.
Oh no.
The secret is out.
My horse voices haven't found that.
Actually, can I, say something?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, back when I lived with my parents, my entire street knew me as the girl who was voice acting. So
The whole street.
yeah, no, the whole
The entire
street.
street.
Yeah, because I would just yell, and at the time I was recording for No Place Like Home by OVAB Scribbler.
Ah!
Yeah.
Yes.
And the thing is about that, they had a lot of yelling lines. I think almost every single project I've been in as Dash has been me screaming. I scream at every day. I'm just all that stuff. And so I'd go outside, right? And then everyone would just be like, oh, it's the horse girl, or oh, it's the girl who screams all day. It was great.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fun.
I like to think that my roommates think I have multiple personality disorder.
Oh, no.
Because if I'm doing an audition for Pinky Tales or something like that, you have to do different ranges of emotions, so yelling and then crying hysterically. So they'll hear me yell in the room, and then they'll hear me be like, and then they'll be like, what is wrong? What is happening? When I moved in, I was like, guys, okay, I have a YouTube channel, so if you hear me yelling, it's okay. If you hear me crying right after, it's fine. If you hear me laughing, no, it's fine. If you hear a scream of terror for a Grimdark, fine. Don't worry about it. Don't call the cops. It's fine.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess my advice would just be like, just to go with it, you know? Like, that's how you get your best work. If you hold back, you're not going to deliver the best work. So, I mean, my warm-ups, I just kind of just like, I just go. Just do it. I don't,
Go with it.
you know. So yeah, woo. Okay, awesome. Who's next? Yeah, Nina? All right.
Hello. I'm going to teach you guys about networking. Getting your name out there. Honestly, I feel like everyone's already heard this, but it's like, just be nice to people.
What?
Just
What?
be nice to people.
What?
Like
What do you
said,
expect, like, from me?
introduce yourself.
Be nice.
What?
Yeah.
What?
That's how you do it.
Friendship is magic, right?
Friendship is magic.
Friendship is magic.
It's the land of magic, not the land of just.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Auditions and things. Easy way to network.
Yeah.
Because even if you don't get the part, someone out there has heard your stuff. So maybe in the future, they'll like think back. Maybe I like that person. Yes. Who's that?
So that is true because actually Goody, you guys know Goody?
Yes.
Yes, Goody.
Goody, yeah. Goody.
Music course.
Yeah, he found me. He was the reason I started doing Twilight voice acting because I did a cover on Silver Swirls' channel for Pony Kind of Christmas, and it was Twilight. And he was like, "Have you ever tried voice acting?" And I was like, I never thought I could do voice acting. But he was like, "Yeah, you should try it out. You know, I'm gonna do a fanfic." And I was like, "All right, sure." So I threw together a voice reel, and he was like, "Wow, you're really good. Like, you want to do this fanfic?" And I was like, "Sure." And it was like a Hearts and Tuesday fanfic, and Lost Narrator played Rainbow Dash. So right after, I like messaged her and I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" I was like, "Hey, we were voicing together. You know, like you want to chat more?" And then like we started chatting more, and that's how like the network sort of like goes. Is that someone notices your content, you're in something from someone else, and then you know people from there, and then those people know people, then those people know people, and then soon you're just like more like from the community. Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, please that.
Yeah, and I feel like something that's really important is not just getting your work out there, but also building friendships. Because like, if you just shove your work constantly, people aren't really gonna be impacted by it. I mean, they might love your voice acting, right? But it really, if you go the extra mile and like talk to people about other things and try to show interest in what they do in general, I feel like you have a much better chance at collabs because like, since we're a community based around friendship, friendship is what drives our projects. You know, like it's all passion. It's all passion projects and stuff that we love to do.
Really
So
is.
it's like you need to make sure that you're not just like throwing your stuff at people. You need to also like, you know, engage, I think, in other ways. And like, I mean, I will add like Pinky Rose, Ashley H, and I, we're really good friends. Like, you know, I feel like most people who collab together are really good friends. And yeah.
The trio of voice actors.
Hey.
No?
Nothing?
Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah, real.
Oh no.
It's not even 10:10 yet.
Guys, scratch it out.
Okay.
Let's talk really slowly.
Let's talk
Really slow.
Alright.
Yes,
Okay.
Kristen Stewart.
Oh, yes?
So I know that a lot of people mix up soundproofing versus acoustic treatment. Acoustic treatment being what you do to try and keep sound from bouncing on hard objects that causes feedback or reverb into your microphone. So I want to know what you guys do to set up in your living space your acoustic treatment, block out the sound. I'm sorry, was that too much?
No,
you're fine.
it's a great question.
It's a good question.
I just have a stupid answer.
Yeah, I do as well.
So I either just record in a small space with carpet, which is what I used to do when I had a small space with carpet. But now what I do is I just take a blanket and I just put it over myself and I just go, where's my hello, I'm Rainbow Dash, hello. And like, oh my gosh,
Horse noises.
it's actually really embarrassing because like, I live in a place where there's a bunch of people, so I'm just always like, oh no, can people hear me? You know, I feel that's a struggle for everyone though. What do you do, Nina?
For like a short time, I recorded in my closet, all that clothes, ta-da.
Makes sense.
I did that too.
But like now I just record normally at my desk. Because like if it's like for my channel, I don't really care that much. If it's like sort of like echoey, reverby.
Yeah, but like for other
But like for other people, like I'll get under a blanket,
Yeah.
make a little tent, camping out, all the blankets.
All of them.
I don't really have a problem in California, kind of fixed that problem, but in North Carolina, we had a downstairs, and the air conditioner was right next to
Oh, no.
where I used to record.
Uh-oh.
So, I used to have a time limit. Like, it used to turn off, and I used to be like, oh, I can go record. And I used to like run downstairs and be like, okay, buddy, oh my gosh. And then I used to like hit record, and then it would have started. It would have been like, it would have been terrible. But now it's not usually a problem. Sometimes, like, I usually just clean it up with Audacity, to be honest. Like, if there's any, like, background noise or anything, and it kind of fixes the problem. But I don't really have a setup for California, because I think it kind of fixed itself. But in North Carolina, I was on time limit.
Speaking of blankets in California, have you ever tried recording in California under a blanket during the summer? Oh my god. And if you're doing like a fan fiction or something, you do like 2 lines, get out of that blanket, you're just like, woo!
It's hot like
And then you
nothing.
go back under the blanket.
Yeah, that's actually why I used to not do the blanket because like, I used to always have my fan off. So then like to record, I'd have to turn off my fan and then get under a blanket. And then I'd just be like dying underneath there.
I know, right? Yeah.
Now I try my best. I try my best.
You always try your best.
Oh,
You're the best you that you can be.
I love you, Nina.
I like
Feels, feelings intensify.
If you guys are looking for a much more professional setup, which I would recommend, there's like these sound boxes that you can make. I'm actually trying to invest in one of those because I do think
It's like
they're
100.
it
150 to 100.
could be.
You can use just a
There's-
simple
there's
cardboard
budget
box.
one, like there's like a little box that you can put your mic in, and you can talk to that. It has like I think foam lining around like a wooden box, right? So that actually cancels cancels out a lot of sound, the bouncing and all that.
You can also get soundproofing for your walls.
Yeah, you could do that too if you wanna.
Extra spice.
If you want extra spice.
Extra spice.
Well,
Yeah.
It'd be fancy. No, it'd be.
I know
they're not waste.
one person, one of my friends
Could be
has
Doritos
a
extra
giant
nacho.
booth that he can sit in, and it's like fully isolated, and it's really nice, and something like that, it's very good to invest in. I haven't done it yet because I am a starving artist, but I'm working on it, so
Hey,
that's
you'll
what
get
I
there.
recommend, and
Hey, you'll get there.
yeah.
You'll get there.
Yeah, I'll get there. I got it.
Whenever I record any kind of sound, I have to literally take background noise out of the. I use OBS for most of my background noise takeout. I usually used to put 100% on background noise takeout, and you can only hear me talk. There's no fan, there's nothing. I use a Yeti mic, and I have to keep it on surround sound so it can go back and forth when I move.
Yeah.
And not news because I don't like it when it's on one setting because that gets annoying.
I guess like my like overall advice that I tell anyone that kind of comes to me and is like, I want to like start voice acting, is that you should just start doing it. I mean, like I was, when I first started in the fandom, I was a reactor. I did the episode reactions, and I thought that that was all that I could possibly do. You know, because I was like, well, I could sing, but like, you know, that's the only thing that I have. And then I saw all these voice actors like Mary Medley and Pinky Rose and all those people, and Magpie Pony and everything. And I like was like, this is really cool, but like I can't do this. You know, like I was like, I'm not capable of voice acting. But then, you know, Goody kind of like edged me to like make the voice real for Twilight, and he's like, oh, you do really good Twilight, and I was like, really? Like I didn't know that. So like, and then I started working on it, and I started perfecting it, and just kind of like kept being in projects and just kept, working at it. Because like if you are just like, I can't do this, like voice acting is just not in my realm, it's not true. Because you can, if you want to do voice acting, you can do it. Because if you don't start, you're never going to get better. You're never going to improve.
Exactly.
It's like anything. So I mean, if you want to do it, you should totally do it. Because you can do it. Like, I mean, I'm like the biggest example for that. Because like, I thought I was just going to be a Brony reactor. And then, I've grown, to do voice acting and do my own projects and stuff like that. And it's crazy. Like a couple years ago, I probably wouldn't have think I thought I could do that. But yeah, so yeah. Anyone?
Yeah, I actually have some experience like that too, because I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually grew up with a really bad speech impediment.
Oh.
Like, I had a lot of problems. People needed a translator to understand me.
Wow.
I literally, like, my parents could barely understand me, so. I worked on it. I actually, I figured out what the root of the issue was, and I fixed it. And I continuously had to give myself my own sort of speech therapy that I came up with on my own. And the dedication that I had pushed me. I said, I wanna speak better. I wanna do voice acting. I wanna do this. And that's what I believe, that even if people have problems like that they feel are out of their control, they can do this. This isn't out of reach. It's not. It's something that anyone can do if they have a passion for it. And like, I just, yeah.
Speech therapy doesn't help me though.
Okay, I just didn't want to have it for you. I mean, you don't even have to start off super fancy either. Like, I started off with my phone. I mean, I have this YouTube channel that I don't talk about because it was in my early high school days. But I used my phone for covers. And I used to play the instrumental in the background. Like, it was super basic. It was super bad. That's why we don't talk about it. No, we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it.
We don't.
And we do.
Don't mention
No, we don't
anything.
talk about it.
Don't mention anything. It's classified information.
There's a reason I don't talk about it.
It's classified information.
It's definitely a lot of AMVs, anime music videos, and covers with my phone with the music in the background. Yeah. But I started with my phone. Silver Swirls, for the longest time, she used her iPad to record, and it was really good. I was like, you're an iPad, that's really
It
good.
doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, you don't have to even get a Blue Spark or a Yeti or anything like that. You don't have to start off with that. You can just start off with your phone. You can start off with anything really, and then once you improve your craft and you get better, you can upgrade.
Can you start off with cardboard
And don't
box?
forget that the voices changes over time after maybe about a decade, close to it, because my voice, when I was 10, it was high pitch. I still have that pitch in me, but I can do both male and female characters if I can.
Absolutely.
Can you start off with cardboard box?
That's what I was about to say, because I have enough room I have a small studio, a 12 by 11 feet room, and all my room is covered in literally just the background, and when you hear it, you're just going to hear fans because I have a lot of noise I have to keep myself, so I can keep myself going.
Yeah, I feel like it's really important to invest in what you think is worth it for whatever level you're in. Because if you're just starting out, you don't want to go and buy an expensive microphone. And I've heard a lot of voice actors say, even family members, say that you need that equipment. You don't when you're starting. When you're starting and you're just getting the passion for it, use what you can, use what's reasonable, figure out if it's something you want to do, and if it is, you can invest in more. But I think it's,
Yeah, it's
this,
not a good
as
idea.
Pinky Rose and Ashley Asheville said, you don't need it, I mean, it's great to have, but they started out with other stuff. I started out with a SingStar microphone, that PS2 game where you just karaoke. Yeah, that was my mic. I plugged it into my computer and I recorded all my fighting as magic ones. I'm whatever. It wasn't the best quality, but it was what I could do at the time because I was 13. And if you have a passion, don't let equipment stop you. Don't let anything stop you. Even if you feel like your voice isn't something that is strong enough to do voice acting, or if you feel like you have a speech impediment, if you feel like you don't have the right inflections, any problem that you think you have, if you have a passion for it, you should do it anyway. You know, it's
You can't
family
do
stuff, it's fun. You should do whatever makes you happy, in my opinion.
You can do it.
You guys want to do Q&A?
Yeah, let's see what.
We got 40 minutes of Q&A.
Do the impressions.
Oh, it does work, actually.
Oh.
I was like, did you try turning it on? Yeah, I did need it. It did work. Trust me, it did.
Turn on.
Maybe I did turn it
You
Listen, I am very tired.
Hello?
Okay.
I turned off my mic.
Ooh, I am very tired. Hey, how's it going?
Alright, Rhythm?
No pun intended. Did any of you literally go hoarse after any recordings?
I do. I can at many times. Like sometimes I have to record Rainbow Dash for up to like, I think the longest session I did was an hour and a half at a time. Because I had to do 360 lines,
My God.
3 takes of each.
That's just insane.
Yeah, so you know, after doing like so much of like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, you know, all that stuff, it's like it gets hard because
Yeah.
you're using a certain part of your voice, and although I do use a part that's safe for me to use, sometimes it does get straining, yes.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good addition.
Good addition.
Good job. Awesome. 10 out of 10 answer. What was the question again?
My voice gets hoarse. It gets hoarse? Hoarse. It gets
What?
hoarse. Hoarse?
Pun intended.
Not really. I mean,
Yes.
not so much with like Twilight because it's so close to my like natural voice that like I'm just kind of like okay. But like with other voices, I do get a strain. For like fanfic readings, oh man, fanfic readings, yeah, they take like a long time. They take like 30 to 40 minutes, and like they're like, oh, do like 3 takes, and then I never do 3 takes. I never do 3 takes. That's bad. Don't do that. I do like 7, because then I'm always like, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad.
Ashley.
Don't use that.
Ashley, as long as you do more than 3, you're okay. It's not.
No, but I feel like they're listening to it like, oh my gosh. how
Okay,
many times is she
sometimes
gonna
I
say
will
one
say I've worked with Ashley's audio, and sometimes I hear like, okay, all right, okay, and I'm just like, accurate, okay. All right.
I wanted to give you a variety.
All the right, she's like, okay.
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 All right.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the answer to my question. Yes.
I
Question.
know sometimes for some people drinking milk kind of interferes with the ability to voice act or sing, but there's this kind of weird rumor going around that if you eat or something like greasy, it helps. I was just wondering what you guys eat or drink while you're doing it, preparing for
Okay.
your sessions.
I tend to stick to water for my drink. Usually I like to go with room temperature. So like, because cold water makes my voice more
Yeah.
vulnerable.
Yeah.
So if you're ever, you know, drinking water, make sure it's lukewarm, room temperature, because like even for my set last night, or not my set, but I was on Do the Daring 2 set. I did a little song for them. And, you know, the whole time I was freaking out. I was like, hey, I need room temperature water. I have a friend, literally warm water for me. He had it in his jacket. He's just warming it up for me. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I know, I felt really
Oh,
bad. I
no.
felt so guilty. I was like, I feel so spoiled. And he's like, no, it's fine. He's like, it's fine. You need it. You need it to be room temperature. I get it. I'm like, thank you, bud. For food, I have done this a couple of times. I don't typically snack while recording, but one really good snack to eat if you find yourself with it is green apples, because green apples actually absorb the acidity or the saliva in your mouth. So then, like all that, it's gone.
Apple.
Yeah. So green apples are a really good tip for snacking.
Getting all
Well,
sciencey
yeah.
up in here.
Apple.
Like things.
So talk about you and milk, Nina.
What about you? Like eating them. I've done like a lot of crazy stuff. I think when I first started out, I ate like these like slightly spicy Korean noodles before like recording as Pinkie Pie, and for some reason I thought like it helped me. But then like after a while I stopped doing that because I was like, maybe this isn't what you should be doing. And then I switched over to milk because I found that milk like helped you like produce like phlegm in your throat, so like that helped with like the nasally Pinkie Pie. And then I stopped doing milk, and then it went to like water, and then it went to tea, and then like now I just don't drink anything. But never. Don't drink anything anymore. So
Makes
that's,
you start talking like with
Yeah.
the end, the inflection at the end of every sentence.
I think you should just like experiment and see like what works for you.
Everyone's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just me being weird.
And also, you have to understand Octavius with the voice also, how high you can go and how low you can go with voice acting.
Yep.
That's one thing I study. Any voice I do, I have to think in my head, oh wait, I have to think what Octavia had to do. If the highest I can go is possibly like all the way up to the point of screaming. Not like that.
So yes.
So what do you eat and drink?
I don't eat Doritos.
Yeah, she eats Doritos.
That would be the obvious answer. She's like, I eat 2 bags of Doritos every time I record.
She eats
No.
Doritos, she drinks boba tea.
Not true. Not true. I don't really have like something I can't drink or eat. Like I've done a lot stuff you're not supposed to do, like chocolate and salt and milk products. Like I don't know, it just doesn't really affect me. Sometimes my voice just doesn't want to like sound good. Like sometimes it'll just like want to go like flat or sharp, and then I'll just put it away and I'll be like, not today. Today's not the day to record, and then I'll pick it up another day because I'm like, oh, maybe it'll be good today. But like food stuff doesn't really like affect me, and like milk stuff doesn't really affect me.
Actually, I actually have a question for you real quick.
Hey,
So how do you warm up for your vocals?
my vocals.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
vocal warm-ups. Do you do vocal warm-ups?
Uh-oh.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Totally. Totally.
I feel like I just go through the song because I do a lot of like parody writing, and like I can't do that thing where you like work on it for like a week and then wait a week and then put it out. Like I just can't. Like once I finish something, I am so excited to release it that I just want to release it the same day.
Yeah, I get that.
So I wake up super early. I get this idea. Could be weird, could be serious. I'll be like, oh man, this would be really feelsy, or this would be really great. And then I find like the perfect instrumental, and I just start writing lyrics. And then after I write lyrics, I like sing it through to make sure it fits. Then I record it. Then I edit it. Then I export it. Then I eat. And then it's like a routine. And then I put it out. So I mean, I wouldn't say it's like a warm up, but I like definitely go through the song a lot of times before I like actually start recording.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's a good.
That's actually a good idea. That's actually a good tactic to use.
Oh, well, that's good.
A day in
Because
the
it's
life
not
of
actually
Ashley.
no one.
I want a day in the life of Ashley. Like I want Ashley to tell us about
Yes,
her whole
yes.
day from start
Yes.
to
It's really
finish.
boring.
Every day
Yes.
from the first day she remembers to the last day she
It's really boring.
remembers.
I go on YouTube.
What?
I go on YouTube.
She goes on YouTube
I
and then
read
she's there
manga.
all day.
I watch anime.
All right. Do we have any other questions?
Doritos?
That's it.
All right. You
Doritos.
were there?
Yeah, software, like for audio stuff, like, a lot of people use Audacity, then YouTube's weird, so they like use different stuff. Like, what would you suggest for moving that from like Audacity to like actual virtual file? Do you use like?
Personally, I use both Audacity and Ableton, but Ableton is when I have a project that I'm like really careful with, you know what I mean? Like for my own stuff, I just use Audacity, or I record straight from Sony Vegas if it's like a dub. But yeah, I'd say if you want to step up, Ableton's a good one.
I used Audacity, but then I went to someone gave me like Adobe Audition, tried that out, didn't like it, went back to Audacity.
You use Audacity now?
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
Nice.
How do you
I don't think so.
Do you use Audacity?
I could never figure out Audacity. I don't know what it is. I can't. I don't know. Listen, it's not easy. It's not easy. I use GarageBand, and I still use GarageBand to this day, because I think it's the easiest for me.
I
And
still.
then if I like need to like
Depends on the person.
pitch up a instrumental or remove background noise or that kind of thing, I'll use Audacity, but only if I have to, because I'm not a fan. But that's just me. Everyone else loves it. Everyone else is drinking the tea. I don't understand.
Like I said,
You in the front?
Yep, hello.
Hello.
Okay, so, hello.
Hello.
Yes, I love your work in My Little Pony meets Cuphead and everything.
Oh, thank you.
That
Oh.
was awesome.
Oh, no.
Me and my friend, we actually did a reaction video to that. And
Really?
So pretty much, and everything.
Can
And
you send me the link on Twitter?
I will try.
Okay, sure.
I would try. Oh, well, actually, you can look me up. I'm Peppermint Presents and everything. Yeah. So, out of there, you all did a great job and everything, and I'm wondering, would you guys like a little gift?
Gifts? Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Heck
That's
yeah.
so sweet.
Heck yes.
Heck yeah.
Peppermint tea?
Heck
Oh.
yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
And that's actually my last name, but I'm not related to that family.
Oh my gosh, she gave us tea!
And that is,
She gave us tea!
Yeah.
Love you so much!
Yes.
God bless!
God
save the
God save the queen.
God save the
We've been doing this all weekend.
Yeah.
All weekend. We randomly.
Yes.
all weekend. And then like down the street there's this pub or like restaurant called the Londoner. So every time we drive by it to go to get Whataburger, I'm like, Ashley, look, it's London. Oh my god, it's the Londoner.
It's a crumpets. You just need some crumpets to get it.
I went there last night just so I could say I went there.
Did you do a British accent the whole time?
Of course I did.
I love that.
Of course I did.
Were the servers British?
No.
Oh.
sometimes in my case, whenever I'm trying to hear people voice act, I always like hearing Reddit. When people do Reddit stuff, I love some YouTubers from UK. It's so funny to hear them read people's stupidity from YouTube, from Reddit memes, and it really is interesting to hear them voice act for this kind of crap. It's kind of crappy because I hear some people so close to their mic, it kind of hurts at times. And they have to do silly voices at the same time. I'd be like, oh no!
Alright, any other
Oh
questions?
yeah.
I'm gonna go right there.
Yes, I'm wondering, like, I don't know if you've already answered this question before I got here, but
That's okay.
I'm wondering, like, how do you get into the headspace of your voice acting? Like, is there anything in particular that you do to get into your role?
Well, we talked about, what are they called? Spark lines? What are they?
Maybe.
Trigger phrases.
Trigger phrases.
Yeah,
That
so,
sounds right.
Ashley has her book course one. I know she has a book course.
Books.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tyler Sparkle. I am a book course. Book course, book course, book course. And then my Sonata one is like the Taco Tuesday. Like.
Yeah, and I just go,
Oh yeah! Rainbow Dash!
so like, you know, we have our trigger phrases for sure.
Mhm.
When I'm gonna get into like headspace, it kind of depends on the project, you know? Like, I feel like with Rainbow Dash in particular, I can bounce into her personality right away since I've been doing it for so many years. And ironically, or not ironically, but funny enough, I actually give myself Rainbow Dash pep talks sometimes when I'm like nervous.
You
Like,
You have to
I
do
didn't
that.
do it today.
Did you talk to your?
I didn't do it
Does
today,
that mean
but
you talk to yourself? Does that mean?
yeah, I was just looking at myself in the mirror and I'll be like,
Hey Brittany, you got this!
you know, stuff like that.
Ah,
A little bit of encouragement.
It's good.
It gets me on stage.
yeah, that makes
I
sense.
yell at myself.
Mhm.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Because I'll like do like Rarity or Sonata, and then Twilight will pop up in my voice, and I'll just talk to myself, and I'll be like, Twilight, what are you doing here? This isn't your fanfic. And she'll be
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I
I
want
saw-
to be in the fan. No, you can't be in the fanfic. And then
I saw that
and I'm
happen
just
to
talking
Lost
to
a few
myself for a little
times.
bit. It's fine.
Ashley, you're crazy.
I saw.
Ashley
does that a lot.
confirmed.
Kagome does that a lot too.
I heard
Huh.
Lost do that sometimes as well. Well,
Oh, yeah.
where she was, Ashley, or no, AJ.
Yeah.
Where she was AJ and she's.
Gotta be a little
That's
crazy.
AJ.
Makes the best bloopers. It does. Really does. But,
Did I answer your question, or?
yes?
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Do we got any more?
Yeah. I love it.
Whenever I'm reading out like small scripts,
Uh-huh.
I usually sound monotone.
Uh-huh.
How do I fix that? Like get like more personality to the voice.
You know, it's like, for me personally, I see that as like extremely up to the individual. I would recommend, personally, just really looking at the lines, right? And figuring out like, what is this trying to get across, right?
That's what I do.
And after you figure that out, just keep trying. The thing with voice acting in particular is like, you have to exaggerate.
Yes.
Everything you do must be exaggerated.
Yes.
Like, so, you know, if you're mad, you need to go like, oh my gosh, you know, instead of like,
Like normal
oh
mad.
my gosh, you know, like that.
Yeah.
You need to just put that extra effort into it.
Yeah, that's what I
And
do.
one thing that I would recommend is just constantly practice. What I do to really like get emotions down is if I'm like at a theme park and I feel scared, I will throw whatever voice I'm trying to get that emotion in. I'll throw the voice on and I'll put it on. Like how I used to get fear down was I would go on roller coasters at Six Flags and I would scream at River Dash. So you know, I just start yelling to learn how it sounds so I can replicate it later and learn how it feels. And I'll just drag the emotions back afterwards.
So basically, you did Rainbow Dash in the episode Granny's Gone Wild.
Yes, before
Really?
that was a thing.
Before the thing.
Before it was a thing. You're a hipster. I did that before, it was cool.
Yeah.
No, but
Ha ha. Oh, now I get it.
Yes. You?
yeah.
Yes.
I can't remember what the term is, but when you guys are voice acting, do you do a lot of like motions and stuff like Mel Blanc from Looney Tunes did? They said when they watched Mel Blanc, they could, even though you couldn't hear him, you could tell which character he was doing.
Oh,
just
the
by his
gestures.
motions.
Oh, yeah, I
So
do that
I was wondering if you guys do that.
I do that.
I don't really, I mean, I noticed like the closest thing I can think about that I maybe do is I saw Ashley Ball, it kind of walks her lips like a coroner when she does her brush. So she goes like this, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, you know, like that. And she locks it, so she like tightens up right here, and like that's the closest like mannerism I can think of. I personally am more just used to doing it a certain way. I don't know about you guys though.
I do it.
Do you jump around as Pinkie Pie?
I mean, sometimes when I do Pinkie Pie, I'm really
Excited?
really excited. Got wacky inflatable tube arms.
Wait, inflatable arm flailing tube, man.
Yeah, I'll do like a couple like arm gestures. I think I find that like for Rainbow Dash I do points, but I do that all the time anyway, so
Yeah.
it doesn't count.
I mostly try to make myself laugh as much as possible so I don't feel so inconfident.
Hey.
That's all you got?
Ashley.
What about you?
Twilight, not so much. Rarity, I do a lot of this. Ooh.
Yeah, but you should be
Ah.
trouble.
And then like Sonata, I'm very like bouncy. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, when I do Granny Sniff, I like squint my eyes a lot because I'm like, I assume like that's what works because you go like, candy.
Getting into character. Yeah. Anyone else?
So, have any of you guys done anything other than pony projects?
I have gotten cast for stuff, but like for other like indie and fan projects, but nothing's come out yet. So we'll see. We'll see if I do. I'm definitely trying to do more than just ponies because I really love doing this, and I would love to make it like, you know, my job.
Yeah.
As of right now, nothing is out that I can think of. Actually, I did do a couple of comics for like Zootopia. I did a Wendy's comic. So there's like a couple projects here and there, but they're very small. No,
No, you just do
Pinky
horse
Rose
cars?
just does horses.
She's exclusively horse cars.
She does horses in business.
Yeah.
Horse.
By her Buy her business.
Yeah.
Buy her business.
Buy her business.
I'll buy it,
Great,
I'll buy it,
awesome.
I'll buy it.
Great.
LLC.
Great. I don't really like search for projects, but like if someone like Scribbler comes up to me and is like, oh, I'm doing a grip dark of like Japanese kind of comic book style, do you want to be a character? I'd be like, sure. Like I'm not gonna be like just limited to word content. But if someone is like, oh, do you want to do this? I'm like, sure. I've got something coming up. It's a secret, so I can't tell you. But I have something non-horse related that Mag's doing that I'm gonna be a part of as well. Yeah. I can't say anymore because she'll come after me. She'll text me and be like, Ashley, she knows everything. It's kind of scary.
Actually,
So,
I got senses that you were talking about like
yeah,
secret projects.
I know. I can't say anything. But I was gonna be part of that. So like, if someone asks me, I'm not gonna be like, nah, I'm only horse exclusive. But like, I don't really like search it out. Yeah.
Don, you have any questions?
Anyone else? Yeah.
Just thought about it, like, was there any particular type of voice acting or animation that inspired you to do this besides MLP, like, you know, like anime or classic cartoons?
You know, actually for me, when I was young, when I was like 4 years old, my dad used to read Winnie the Pooh books with me. So we'd like, he would give me a role, or 2 roles, and I would be that character while we were reading. And he did like a really good Pooh, Tigger, Eeyore, you name it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he does voice acting, well, he does voice impressions. So I was raised with a dad who does it, an uncle who does voice impressions, everyone around me was doing voice impressions. So I just kind of naturally went for it too. I literally have been voicing since I was 4, but you know, doing impressions and stuff. So that's really where my inspiration came from. And once I found the fandom was doing, you know, fan animations and all that, I was like, heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
I gotta get in on this. This is cool.
Before it's too late.
Oh, the question was, what's the question?
It was like, was there anything in particular that inspired you to
Oh
do this
yeah,
acting? Like,
yeah, okay. I was like thinking of my answer, and I was like really invested in my answer. I'm like, oh yeah.
And then you're like, wait, what's the question?
What?
I was like,
Wait,
what was I saying?
I was like, wow.
You're like, Brittany went on too long.
No.
I think I joined the fandom in like 2013. So watching Double Brain Boom, My Little Dashing.
Oh, boy.
The good stuff.
Depression a whole.
And like seeing all these people like Rita Chan, Eileen Monty, and Miss Bunny Swan like do these voices. I'm like, that's cool. Maybe.
Maybe.
You're like, I gotta do
Positive?
this. I wanna try.
Your microphone turned off. Microphone turned off.
Mine?
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
No, I can hear myself.
There we go.
Oh.
It was off for a moment.
Ashley, what about you?
I mean, I probably already answered this with the whole like 3D Twilight voice girl thing, but I had something. I had something really good.
It happened to me too. Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like I already answered it with the whole Goody thing, with the whole like doing the Twilight voice.
Do we have any other questions?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, your crown is beautiful, but
Thank
does it
you.
really smell like Doritos?
No.
But if there was a perfume made of Doritos, would you buy it?
Heck yeah.
Perfect.
Any other
Would
questions?
do.
All right there.
Yes, hi. What are some of your, sorry, not favorite, least favorite characters? Not that you hate them, but like specifically voicing them is either annoying or straining on your voice. What are some of your least favorite?
Rainbow Dash. No, I'm just kidding.
Great job.
You know, for singing especially, I can't. Pinkie Pie hurts, man. Like, I'll be up there like, Pinkie, and I'm like, ugh, dad. Oh, but least favorite of the voice lines, Apple Bloom. She's the worst.
Oh no.
She's awful. Actually, Sweetie Belle. Sweetie Belle's the worst. Do you have any?
That's not really true.
Surprisingly, it's actually Pinkie Pie. A lot of people, I think a while ago, someone tweeted like, so Pinkie Rose, lots lots of Fluttershy content lately, and you're just like, I'm at home and I'm not. Because like 5 years ago, doing Pinkie Pie was easy. It was like, here I go. But like now it's like, hello.
You were like,
Yeah.
Your voice has changed.
Yeah. I feel like it's gotten like deeper. Hello. Next year, that's hello.
That's true.
Welcome to Harmony.
I know voice big.
I know, voice like that.
Yeah. That's the next step
That's the next step.
in the evolution.
Yeah.
of your voice.
To do Big Mac. Yeah. Sometimes I do it, but like, very, like, maybe once a year.
Once a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would change my name to Flutter Rose, but someone just took that, so I can't.
Yeah,
do
it's
that.
already copyrighted.
Yeah,
Can't take
yeah,
it.
can't take it. Don't take other people's names.
Don't
So,
do that. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Pinky Rose.
Got it. Guys, just gotta upload that party horse content again.
Party horse.
Yeah. Just gotta do it. I can't voice Applejack. I can't.
Oh,
I can't.
No.
No, I
Mine
can't.
turns to Apple Blue.
No Applejack, no Rainbow Dash, because every single time I try to voice Rainbow Dash, it sounds like Scootaloo. That's fine. I literally cannot do Rainbow Dash.
That's fine.
It
I
just sounds
feel
like Scootaloo.
I feel like honestly, like if you go to do one voice, then you end up with another. Still good day. You're like, oh, still good day.
Oh,
Like, I got to do that.
at least it
Look at
doesn't
that.
sound bad.
Yeah.
No, but like every single time. I'm like, this is gonna be the day. I'm gonna do Rainbow Dash. And
Yeah.
someone's like, no, it's so stupid. No, I'll be like, oh man, I totally got this.
Yeah.
I changed a little bit, I went up on the pitch a little bit, and they're like, still sounds like stupid. And then, you know, it just happens.
Actually, it's,
Yes. Do you guys think that Rainbow Dash or Scootaloo has a deeper voice? Because that's weird.
Um,
I think Scootaloo.
Rainbow has more fresh to
Yeah.
me.
But like, who's deeper though?
let's find out.
I don't know.
It's, I feel like Rainbow Dash.
I feel like Rainbow Dash is deeper.
Maybe when they scream, Rainbow Dash
Like
is higher
Texas.
pitched than Scootaloo.
Oh,
Probably.
no, Sweet Bill's
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any other questions? Yes?
So,
Hello.
how do you end up finding the voices that you can do, I guess? Does it come naturally, or do you try to like force yourself into learning a voice that you're not as naturally proficient at?
I definitely experiment like all the time. I have people come up to me because I don't know what I can do until I do it. Like, I started out with Rainbow Dash, and I knew I could do other voices, but I didn't really try too much. So whenever someone comes up to me and says, "Hey, can you do this?" I'm like, maybe. Let me try, and then I'll just send it. So it's really just like on the spot for me, and then once I figure out if I can learn that voice, I just keep practicing until it's perfect, or close to perfect anyway.
I just go for like a high voice person. It's like, oh, yeah, that person. It's in my range. Maybe. Who knows? Can't hurt to try.
It's true. I always suggest to do like a voice reel. Like if you like don't know what voice suits your suits your voice.
All of them.
Just do all of them.
All
and
of
then, you know, send it to a couple people, post it online, and then
Yeah.
they'll be like, wow, you're really good at this voice.
Yeah,
Like,
actually, you
your
don't even have to
range.
ask people, like,
Oh,
which
yeah.
one you can do the
Oh
best.
no,
They'll tell you.
They'll tell you.
They'll tell you.
They'll be like, oh no.
No,
Oh no, don't ever touch that.
Actually, yeah, because on that note, I actually started off thinking I was really good at Pinkie Pie.
I want
That
to
was
do
my
Pinkie
main
Pie.
voice.
That
My
was
main,
always my dream, to do Pinkie Pie.
my
That was
main,
always my dream.
yes, so my main voice was
Crush.
Pinkie Pie, but then I had a friend who was like, your Rainbow Dash is really good, and I was like, really? What? Because I thought Pinkie Pie was my best, but then, you know, after I heard that, they were like, you should do a voice reel for her. I posted it, people gave me really positive feedback, and I just kept practicing it. So I definitely do think it's a good idea to ask other people for their input, and make sure that you take every ounce of criticism with a grain of salt, because people are gonna say that they don't like your work, and not everybody is right.
People are
It's
mean.
very subjective.
People are mean.
Yeah.
What?
People are mean.
Yeah, sometimes people are mean, and you know, people say like you're not good at this or whatever. You know, you need to take the criticism and analyze it. You need to think, is this constructive? Is this true? You know, and based off of the answer that you come to, the conclusion, you need to work with that and like adjust whatever you need to make it better based off of what you realize after thinking about the criticism. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
What?
Keep hitting them. Oh no, I'm like, no one will notice. I keep doing it. I was gonna add on to yours. What was the last thing you said?
I said that people give criticism and
Oh, yeah, okay. So, like, you're gonna get, like, a lot of comments, especially on voice reels, because people are gonna, like, look for, like, projects and stuff. Voice reels are, like, a really big thing. Like, I still look at voice reels if I want, like, a specific character, and I'll, like, email them. But, if you get a comment that's like, wow, this is the worst thing I've ever heard, that's not constructive criticism, don't listen to that. But if it's like, wow, this is good, you should work on this, then you're like, oh, okay, because it gives me details. It gives me like something I should work on. But if it's just like you should never do Twilight Sparkle again, I'm gonna be like, okay, but why? Like why though?
But here's the thing too.
Yeah.
I just want to reiterate that like even if they do give constructive criticism, you do still need to take it with a grain of salt.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You need to take it, but like
Not be too salty.
Consider it.
Be too- yeah,
Consider
don't be
it,
too salty.
But
don't be too salty.
But think about it and analyze it. Do we have any other questions? Hold on.
Be reasonable.
Yes.
We have 8 minutes left. Yes?
Cool Ranch or nacho flavored Doritos?
Cool Ranch.
I like Cool Ranch.
I don't know, I feel like my MC is like correlated with nacho cheese. So I feel like nacho cheese. But I do like Cool Ranch.
Yeah, Cool Ranch.
Like I'm not dissing the Cool Ranch. The Cool Ranch is good.
She's just legally obligated to say she likes nacho better.
Maybe if
Nacho is the only flavor I like.
That's true. When Rem came out, I bought a big bag of Doritos. I was like, celebration! I got like the party bag. I was like, heck yeah.
So, when was like the moment you knew you were gaining traction and like you could start doing more stuff because people were noticing it?
Well, I got my first like real thing where I realized like, oh hey, people are noticing me. When Bogile Bronies, I don't know, do you guys remember Bogile Bronies? They did like Know Your Mayor. And,
I know that.
Yeah, they reached out to me and asked me to voice in their projects. And after that, I was just kind of like, you know, I was consistently getting stuff. After that, I got Fighting is Magic. I got a couple other things here and there. It's actually, for me, it's an ongoing climb. It's ongoing. I keep realizing more and more that I'm getting more and more well known. It never stopped, basically. I feel like the biggest point was when I was in Pony Girl by Tridashi. Because after that, I started getting recognized at cons, and I'm like, what is happening?
Like the Pony Girl thing has gone down through the roof. Everyone likes them that song so much.
When was the moment you noticed you started getting traction and people would like recognize you?
When did you get hashtag horseman?
Hashtag horseman.
Hashtag swag.
Viva doesn't know.
What is it? I don't know. I just like doing it.
She's been horse famous too long.
I don't remember what life was like before the horse thing hit me.
Ashley.
Horse fame?
Horse fame?
I don't concentrate on that. I myself have like a checklist in my mind of things I want to accomplish in the Brony fandom. And I've checked some things off.
I have a long list of people I'd like to collab with.
Yeah.
And a long list of people.
Am I on it?
But yeah, we did a thing. We did 2 things, 3, 4.
Yeah, a couple.
A lot.
Yeah. But
A lot.
Long list.
But yeah, I have a checklist for myself, and I believe in the ideology of like, don't wait for someone to be like, to elevate you.
Exactly.
Like, you have to work on it yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, like, when it's no secret that I'm a huge fangirl of Mag. Like Mag and Moss, like, I'm a huge fangirl. But I auditioned for Pigtails, and it was terrible. Like, it was the Cinderella one, and it was bad, and we don't talk about it. But,
That's classified
we
information.
don't want to talk about it. Sometimes I find it on my computer, and I'm like, oh. Outbloom. Why did I think I could do Outbloom? Oh gosh. But yeah. So I do have like a checklist that like I want to accomplish, and I find myself just like working on myself so I can be at that level that they're at, because I mean I don't want to be like that one person that hangs around. You know, like I wanna earn, you know, my
Don't be afraid to go talk to people.
Even
Yeah.
though sometimes I am. Yeah.
But don't be afraid. Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, exactly.
Go talk to people.
Go talk to people.
Talk to everyone.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so we only have 5 minutes left on the panel, so let's do some faster questions.
What is the shortest deadline on voice acting you've ever done?
The shortest deadline or the shortest amount of time?
Very short amount of time under a very limited amount of time.
Was that, sorry, is that the time that I was expected to return?
Like the deadline on the date.
The deadline. Okay, I feel like I had a deadline which was like 1 week before, and that people are pretty chill with me most of the time, but I think that most of the time I get my lines in within 40 minutes to like 5 hours typically. Sometimes it's longer. Sometimes I get sick for 3 months, and I'm like, oh no, sorry, I can't record.
Usually people have like at least like 2 weeks or if anything 1 week, but I've had projects where people are like, I need it like right now within the hour.
Okay.
And it's like,
Can't do it.
Ouch.
Can't do it.
Oh no.
Seriously
sometimes
burned.
I make the magic. Sometimes I make it happen. Sometimes I don't. An hour, that's
That's a little too much.
a little too much.
Like to
Yeah.
me with the
Yeah.
Christmas club.
Yeah.
You're like, oh no, someone dropped out. Ashley, please
Ashley,
read it.
right now. And I'm like,
Yes, horse senpai, I will do it. Because I was a fangirl. I was like, oh my god, Pinky Rose asked me to be in something. Oh, I'm gonna go record my now. Yeah. So, deadline. When I first started, I was really good. Like, I could do it in like a couple hours. Like, I was like, yes, plugs in my, let's do it. Now, well, we don't talk about it.
Ashley, may I call you out?
Huh?
Do you mind if I call you out?
Oh no.
Just look at you.
Oh no.
Yeah, you posted your announcement video for this con a day before you went.
But it was a good announcement.
It was a
video.
good announcement video.
It was a good announcement.
It was a day or two before the con.
no, the day that we were flying. That Thursday.
We
Okay,
made-
I'm going.
We made a joke that I was gonna make my announcement video while I was at the con.
Yeah.
Like standing in the room being like, guys come, I'm here.
Just like,
I'm
hey,
literally
it's
in my
Saturday,
hotel room.
I'm at the con. Hello.
Where are you?
Yeah.
What do you mean you couldn't make it? What are you talking about? It's only been an hour.
Alright, it's a lightning round, we only have 2 minutes left.
Okay.
Does anyone have any quick questions?
Quick.
Okay, super quick.
Quick.
Okay, so for Ashley.
Yeah.
After doing the Do Not Sing challenge, how did you feel about that? Like, did you have to like cry yourself to sleep or
It was
something
pain.
because it was really painful? I
It was
would feel
very
so
painful.
horribly.
What
I would
song?
feel
It was pain.
The
The
Do
turn
Not
up the
Sing
sing
challenge.
challenge.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was pain. That's a lot of people's favorite video. People find it and are like, I was gonna subscribe to you, but you have an Alicorno seat, so never mind. And I'm just like, wow. All right, have a good day.
Wow.
Awesome.
Being a little criticism.
Thank you. I don't know if I was so friends with
Yeah.
really like
Who was
that.
who are the most notable people that you guys like remember meeting?
The most notable people I remember meeting. You know, it's hard because I meet so many wonderful people, and I mean, I feel like for me meeting like people I collab with is just like meeting people who I'm, you know, mutuals with, people who are fans of my work. I treat everybody the same, or at least I try to. I think I did get a little excited when I met Argo Demon because
Oh my god.
he's pretty cool.
Senpai.
And
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Argo.
oh my gosh, I'm spacing.
You got
The
1 minute.
guy who makes Rivadash explode and then quack like a duck.
Jeff Ollie? No, he's not.
Reverie.
Viva.
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 Yeah.
Viva.
Yeah, I freaked out when I met him, but
He's
he
funny.
ignored me and I was sad.
He's
Aw.
funny.
I was like, oh.
Sad
I think he's shy, so it's okay.
I run away from senpais.
Can't confirm.
We're going the other way.
Run away!
Okay, to this day, I still haven't said anything to like AC Race Fest or Saber Spark or Viva. Haven't talked to them, seen them, walked around. Not worthy.
I'm not worthy.
trash.
Mine was definitely a big thing was Argo, because Argo started my whole like remembrance thing. So he was at Babs and I was with Silver Swirl, and still I don't like her for this, but I was like, oh my gosh, Argo's over there, and she's like, go talk to him, and I was like, no, like he created my whole entire series, and then she was like, come on, like, I'll go with you, and I'm like, all right, like I'll have someone with me, right? She walks up. And she's like, hey Argo, this is Ashley H. And walks away. She walks away. And I'm just like,
Really?
I'm like, hi. How's it going? He's very nice. He's a nice boy. But I was really nervous.
For a Pegasus, she's not a very good wing pony.
She's a unicorn? You're just No wonder she's not a good wing pony.
I knew that.
Mission failed,
I
we'll get 'em
knew
next
that.
Mission failed, we'll get them next time.
Do we have any more questions at all? Yeah?
One more
Okay,
question.
we can take one more.
One more.
Yeah, what is your favorite Two Snacks video? Like the two best sisters?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh, no.
I really like their latest one. Was it? Yeah, the Fallout one?
That was Shadow the Hedgehog.
Okay, the one before that. Fallout, yeah. I really liked the Fallout one. It was very well animated.
Funny.
Very amazing. And very creative. And the animation style was like
Spicy?
Spice.
It was spicy. That's my word of the weekend.
Which one's your favorite, Ashley?
What's your favorite?
The Portal one.
Yes.
I love that. That's a good one.
I think we're on the 60-second mark.
That's a good one.
Alright.
Confession time.
Do you not watch them?
I haven't seen a lot of them. Listen. And now I know what I'm doing when I get home. Okay.
No, Ashley, I know what you're doing when you get back to our hotel room.
She's gonna sleep.
I'm gonna
She's
sleep.
gonna sleep.
I'm gonna sleep.
And we're gonna
And
go
then
over-
she's gonna.
That's a later Ashley problem. That's not a now Ashley problem.
And then she's gonna watch Tuesday.
Oh no. Oh no.
This
Oh
is
no.
us this morning.
I'm tricked.
Alright. Well,
Okay.
thank you guys so much
Thank
for
you.
coming.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys have any questions, I know I'm
Battery
gonna be
pack.
around. I don't know about these two.
Yeah.
I think Ashley's gonna go to the bedroom hall and then hide in her room. So,
I might sleep.
but if you guys have any questions that we couldn't cover on the panel, just feel free to come up and ask. At least for me.
If anyone didn't see any of the panel, just go to my YouTube channel.
Yay! Thank you for recording.
Awesome.
I appreciate that.
Good job.
All right. Well,
Bye,
thank you.
thank
guys.
you.
Bye.
Have a good one.
This is the song about echoing the word.
Get out.
Get out. Walk faster.
Walk faster on your pig legs.
Hi.